What's up, everybody? It's Chris at Scalp Micropigmentation, located in Maryland. I wanted to make a video today and just talk to you guys, tell you my story, how I got into scalp micropigmentation and why I am the best pick to do these procedures for you. Okay, I'll tell you about my story. So when I was 16 years old, okay, it was the lowest point in my life. I was in a shelter for boys waiting for placement, okay. It was the worst time for me. I felt like I was nobody. I didn't have a calling, and I just didn't know what was next in life. Okay, so one day, Master Barber in the group home, he was a staff member, cut my hair. He used to come to the shelter, cut the boys, and I remember him cutting my hair, and that haircut just changed my life forever. It was, to me, it was the magic haircut. It started me on my path to helping people, making them feel better about themselves. That haircut, the way it made me feel, I wanted to help other people to feel like that. The haircut made me feel like everything was going to be okay. I got out of my group home. I ended up starting in my path. It was a long journey. 15 years cutting hair, so it was a very long journey of mine. But I did it for the right reasons. I did it because I really wanted to help people, and because of that, I ended up becoming an amazing barber, owning a few different barbershops. Even till today, I own a barbershop just because it was my first love. So it was just an amazing thing I did. I ended up, being booked months ahead. Every time I walked in, I was busy until I left the barbershop. Well, let me tell you, so one day I went to Herrera Bread, and I seen this gentleman. He was, dressed really nice, but he had a blue and a green head. It looked like a straight tattoo. His head looked horrible. And I asked him, I said, "Excuse me, sir, I'm a barber. Is that a tattoo of a shape up?" And he was like, "Yes, brother, this is what I do." And then he told me about how his story, people ended up messing his head up. And that's when he started in his path to do scalp micropigmentation the right way, which is the natural way. That's the worst thing people can do, is go to somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. The worst thing that can happen to somebody is going to somebody who's not using the right pigments, not using the right inks, and has no experience. Okay, so after talking with the gentleman, I asked him, I said, "I've been a barber for 13 years. Do you think that I would be amazing at doing scalp micropigmentation?" And he said, "It doesn't matter." And me not realizing that, yes, if you are a barber, you got a big head start on everybody in the industry. Scalp micropigmentation has only been around 10 years. I've been doing hairlines and fades for 15 years. So I basically have more experience than anybody that's been doing scalp micropigmentation because of my barber background. That barber background helps me to make, to know that what hairlines look natural, how you can fade, and just realism. I didn't know at the time that really was going to help me out so much in this industry. So I ended up basically losing interest, and then one day I'm scrolling on Instagram and I see this barber doing scalp micropigmentation, and it just looks amazing. He did such a great job that I was like, that is what I need to be doing. If I'm cutting hair to help people and make them feel better about themselves, scalp micropigmentation is helping people and helping their confidence on a whole other level. So that's when I knew this was my calling. This is what I have to do. I have to do scalp micropigmentation. So I ended up starting in my journey, traveled to New York, California, Chicago, North Carolina, to train with the best people in the world. I had a lot of late nights, early mornings, studying, watching, reading as much as possible, reading the history, reading everything about scalp micropigmentation. And I ended up becoming an amazing scalp artist. You know, you can check my workout on Instagram. Check out SMP by Chris. So it's at SMPBYCHRIS. SMP by Chris. You can check my workout. My work is flawless. I do this with heart and soul. I do this because I want to help people. And that's the amazing thing about my potential clients coming to me, is that they're going to get the absolute best job anybody can do. You know, I do this because I love to help people. I do this because it's a reward enough changing somebody's life and giving them their confidence back. And to be honest, scalp micropigmentation has just been a blessing. You know, I've been blessing people. You know, it's just been amazing. You know, man, if you guys have any questions, man, please don't hesitate to send me a message. Message me on Instagram. You can call my phone, 301-503-0762. You know, you guys can ask me any questions. If you're artists, you know, I like to help artists also, just to make sure that they're doing an amazing job for their clients. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have any questions about the procedure, just, you know, send me a message and I would love to help. Well, man, thank you so much for listening to my story. You know, I wanted to do a video today.